Look at you with your big sweet tits. They're gonna give us everything
Eric, that's enough, okay?
What do you mean it's enough?
South Park is the only show where characters die, respawn, float, glitch, and grow 2 left hands, all before the intro finishes. Today, we're exposing the 10 dumbest, funniest mistakes that somehow made it to TV. Buckle up. This episode's animation editor definitely had a long day.
True? Oh, you sure? I'm sure it won't be hurting you anymore. He did it!
South Park has always felt alive. This time, even the mailbox had its own attitude. In the Streaming Wars movie, Stan's family mailbox behaves like a wannabe magician. One moment, it is standing proudly in front of Tegrity Farms, ready to deliver bills, warnings, and life problems. Very next moment, it simply disappears, like it suddenly remembered an appointment. This mailbox keeps popping in and out of scenes, as if it is trying to avoid responsibility. It vanishes, returns, and vanishes again while pretending nothing happened. Maybe it is tired of the drama. Maybe it is taking emotional breaks. Or maybe the animators just forgot it existed. Only in South Park can a quiet little mailbox become the funniest character by doing absolutely nothing right.
Anyone see my hat?
Okay.
Have you ever walked into your living room and wondered, hold on, where did that chair go? Did it get tired of being sat on? Did it run off to start a new life? South Park knows that feeling better than anyone. In Token's house, the furniture has more attitude than Cartman after 3 bowls of cereal. There is a nice comfy chair, relaxing behind the couch, right in front of the fridge, like it is guarding the family's snacks. But in the very next shot, it is completely gone, vanished. Teleported. Maybe it followed Kenny to the afterlife. Maybe it finally said, I am done with this family. Maybe Token's parents quietly dragged it away to avoid arguments. Either way, this disappearing chair steals the spotlight. Only in South Park can furniture bring more drama than the children themselves. And honestly, we are not even surprised anymore. If you could survive one day in South Park without getting into total chaos, what would you do first?
Token. It's Token. Yeah, I know it's Token. No.
In South Park, trash has more personality than half the town. In Streaming Wars, a lone piece of garbage is just chilling on the bus floor, living its best trash life, probably scrolling through its imaginary phone. Cut to the next shot, gone! Vanished like it got a promotion to CEO of the Dumpster Club. Maybe Kyle heroically picked it up because, of course, he's the only kid who cares about responsibility. But wait! There were 2 pieces of trash! Unless Kyle suddenly unlocked superhero mode, there's no way he grabbed both before your eyes even blinked. Or maybe Cartman mistook it for a snack and swallowed it in one bite. In South Park, disappearing trash is just another episode of chaos. And honestly, love it more than logic. Trust me, you will want to see the next funny mistake these animators made.
Okay. Who did you think Token was named after?
Warcraft veterans, grab your keyboards, because this mistake is pure comedy. In Make Love, Not Warcraft, the entire town catches serious WoW fever. Everyone is grinding, yelling, sweating, and acting like the fate of the universe depends on their mouse clicks. Cartman is screaming, respect my authority, like a boss who failed anger management 3 times. Here comes the plot twist. Almost nobody is wearing armor. Not the villagers, not the background characters, not even the kid shouting at his screen with elite gamer confidence. Only the main boys and a few school friends bothered to gear up. Everyone else walked onto a digital battlefield armed with hope and socks. Talk about bravery. Even casual gamers know armor is light. Yet South Park throws logic out the window and turns the whole scene into a hilarious disaster where strategy dies instantly. Chaos wins again. Proudly. Stay tuned. The next point will get you burst your airbag. It's actually funnier than you think. I'm actually surprised you missed it.
Well, according to that sign right there, it's 40 miles an hour.
Step at it.
Have you ever watched an episode so chaotic that even time itself gives up? That is exactly what happens in Woodland Critter Christmas. The narrator insists it is Christmas Eve, yet the doctor confidently announces there are 3 days left until Christmas. South Park time clearly follows its own religion. The narrator turns out to be Cartman telling a story to his class, so confusion is expected. But this mix-up still feels like a cosmic prank, and those critters are both adorable and horrifying. Like a nightmare someone had after eating too much candy and reading a demon manual. Between the violence, the timeline disaster, and the evil fluff balls, this episode becomes a beautiful mess. It is chaotic, hilarious, and unforgettable, mostly because nobody involved respected the calendar at all.
Anymore. He did it! Now our Critter Christmas can finally...
This one is sneaky. South Park level sneaky. In Streaming Wars, Kyle and Cartman are just sitting there, doing arts and crafts like two kids trying not to punch each other. Everything seems normal, till sudden, a giant toolbox appears out of nowhere, as if it were summoned by the crafting gods. Nobody brought it in. Nobody mentioned it. It wasn't hiding behind Cartman's ego. It just magically materialized in the next shot, as if Home Depot personally delivered it via teleportation. And this isn't a tiny box you could ignore. This thing is massive enough to store all of Cartman's lies, all of Kyle's patience, and still have room for Kenny's emergency jackets. Catching it requires night vision goggles, 3 cups of coffee, and 0 social life. Somehow, we did. Now, be honest. Did you even notice? Subscribe now, or Cartman will find you and trust us. Losing Wi-Fi to him is the worst fate ever.
Voting the right ones! He did it to me on purpose! Eric, that's enough!
Shooter is down.
Oh my god, they killed Chef! Well, not really, but they definitely murdered consistency. In the first South Park movie, the boys are grabbing lunch, and Chef is there looking as smooth as ever. His apron reads Chef. Perfectly normal, with only the first letter capitalized. Cut to the next shot. And suddenly, it's all caps. Chef, like he's screaming his own name at the cafeteria. Was it rage? A bold fashion statement? Or did someone just violently hit the caps lock key? Even Chef's apron has its own personality in South Park. Did you notice it? Or were you too busy laughing at Cartman's latest nonsense? Either way, consistency didn't survive lunch.
Fox.
Here!
In bigger, longer, and uncut, tension hits the roof when the switch is thrown to electrocute Terrence and Philip. Sparks fly, alarms scream, and the scene feels like a full-blown superhero showdown. Everyone braces for disaster. Then comes Cartman, charging in like a pint-sized chaos machine, determined to save the Canadian comedians. But instead of pulling the switch up, he yanks it down. Physics? Irrelevant. It is like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube, or expecting Kenny to stay dead for once. The switch defies all logic, yet it fits perfectly in South Park's wild, topsy-turvy world. These tiny, sneaky mistakes are what make the show endlessly entertaining, turning chaos into comedy gold.
Philip Ashes of Fire has been rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America.
South Park proves that even water parks have standards. Kind of. In Streaming Wars, PP, the Venetian water park owner, is selling water, and maybe a little extra for those paying close attention. Classic chaos. Real magic happens in the background. Blue poles appear out of nowhere in one shot, then vanish the next time the camera swings back to PP. Maybe the poles got tired of standing around. Maybe they booked their own vacation. Maybe even the props in South Park are rebelling against work. These tiny, ridiculous details make the show endlessly entertaining. Somehow, disappearing poles manage to steal the spotlight, proving they probably have better job security than most of the characters.
Oh, Cosmom doesn't like the cartoon guys. Better shut it off.
Respect my authority! Kyle tried to uphold his internet power, but South Park had other plans. In overlogging, the whole town loses internet, and chaos explodes everywhere. Kyle panics, insisting he needs to log on before school. Yet the next shot hits like a bomb. Monday, after 8 days without internet. 8 days. Before Monday is Sunday. Logic took a vacation, math quit, and Time itself filed a formal complaint. Cartman would proudly blame his big-boned internet failures, while Kyle's attempts at productivity collapse into digital despair. The animators clearly threw the calendar out the window, letting chaos reign supreme. Time, reason, and common sense get shredded as South Park turns a simple outage into a gloriously insane, laugh-out-loud timeline disaster. Click the next video, or Cartman might track you down. And you definitely don't want that chaos following you.